Good morning again, YouTubers. Maybe not morning for you, but it is for me. I'm good. Fueled up, ready to go. Got me coffee. I think today I'm going to start a series of videos because these in one video might take a bit long. I'll give you some idea about how to build up a good supplier relationship in China, how to choose a supplier, and things to watch out for. Now for me, my learning from my years here and my mistakes, be careful when you're coming to China that you're not just dealing with a trading company that won't let you connect to the factory, that won't let you know who the factory is. Many companies in China are doing trading, simple trading. They're not factories. They don't have control on the quality. They don't have control on the product. And you can run the risk of, after you've had the first deliveries, the first shipments, from your quality going bad. Simply because these guys they're trying to do a good business for themselves. You can't blame them. They will sometimes run into trouble with that original supplier. There might be some problem with delivery, or just simply the supplier they're using is actually wanting to put the price up. It's not always they're trying to cut costs, but a lot of the time it is. They're trying to increase their profits, and they might do deals with some other company to get a cheaper price. They won't tell you. You won't know they're making more money. But the danger is they can go to a cheaper supplier, smaller supplier, where they can get more leverage on that supplier, and then find quality starts to suffer. And the products are not being 100% inspected. They rely on the new supplier to do that. So everything gets packaged, sent to you, and then voila, you open it and you have a surprise. It doesn't work. Be prepared to take your time. If you're coming to do business with China, be prepared to take your time, search out a good supplier. Especially if you're not coming here, you're a long way away, and you need to make sure you take it very, very easy. You need to ensure you know the company well. You need to research the company more. Preferably, come and visit them before you do any significant business. If you're doing some work here with several companies, tie them all together to one visit and come and visit them all. Make sure they are an actual factory. In my early days here, going back 10 years ago, I went through this exact process, and I canvassed and got quotes from companies from the top to bottom of China when we were trying to decide where we would land our factory or where we would try to focus. And I found all kinds of strange things. Some of the quotes looked too good to be true, and they were. When we got to some of these, come to China trying to find these places, sometimes you wouldn't be sure who actually owned the company. Were you with the trading company boss, or were you with the actual company, the factory boss? If Chinese are doing a deal with the trading company, they will allow the trading company, if they're giving them enough business, to come there and let the trading company sales manager look like he's the boss of the factory, and let him have access to the office, sit in the tea room, make cups of tea, and give you the whole story and perception that it's his factory, or he has part ownership in this factory. Just be careful. Do your homework. It's not always what it seems. Now, if you can't come to China, another tip: be careful of the many quality inspection companies that advertise themselves as independent, and they are very careful, and they do 100% inspection, and they're all certified, and their inspectors roam the country and do all the checks for you, analyze everything, and do beautiful reports for you and everything. That's all not always what it seems. So you will find some of these companies are actually trading companies themselves. They're actually trading companies generating business. You think about it. You set up a business as an quality inspection business on the surface when you're actually a trading company. The transactions on the surface will look like you're just buying directly from the company, the factory, under a different trading name. But you're actually buying essentially from the inspection company, which is controlling where the products are coming from. They're choosing which supplier they will use. They're choosing where they'll come from. So they're just a trading company. And they will be influenced by where they're going to get more profit. So like anyone trying to do business, they want to make money. I've got nothing against that, as long as the quality is consistent. Yeah, so in this situation, these quality inspection companies, and there's many of them with Western faces on them, representing them on the internet, but many of them are actually just Chinese companies, trading companies. So again, if you're doing any significant business, come here yourself, come here and enjoy China, come and explore, and come and make some serious relationship with these suppliers. Don't do it remotely. You're asking for trouble. One other warning: if you're trying to import stuff from China, you've had it made to match your drawings or match your specification, once it arrives in your country, the rules the China government has for you to then return it if it doesn't match your specification, it is quite strict. The government tries to protect the local companies, and they got very strong in this after the 2008 crash, which saw many Chinese companies in big trouble and not get paid. You know, there were many Chinese companies around that time that actually lost a lot of business, had all their eggs in one basket with maybe some large American companies, and the American companies just stopped ordering and didn't even pay the bills. And we just walked away, and these Chinese companies lost a lot of money. And there was a problem with some Korean companies here that all fled the country at certain times. Around the similar time, there was a lot of Korean companies just fled in the overnight. Didn't pay employees here, didn't pay their debts to suppliers. So the China government put in a lot more policies to control this. So if you want to return something back to your supplier, be aware they will require some independent third-party inspection approval and reports to validate it doesn't match the specification. Then, and only then, can it be accepted through customs to get it back into China. So be careful. Now, it may seem on the surface that in China there's a lot of companies just out for some quick money. They're trying to do a quick deal, get a big volume order, make their millions, and don't really care about the long-term effects on their company or long-term plans for their business. They just want money, they want it now, want it fast. This is wrong, okay? There's a big difference here. The growth here in China is so rapid. The development here has been so rapid. The expectation here on companies to grow their business, get bigger and make bigger orders and get bigger and bigger and bigger, because so many have already done it. The expectation here is everyone can do it. Everyone should be able to do it. Let's all do it. And everyone's very active here, working very hard and trying to do bigger deals, better deals. But in saying that, they're not trying to find a quick buck. They're not trying to cut corners. They're trying to develop some really long-term business. They will even, you might feel sometimes they're using you as a stepping stone to try to open the market and to other possible customers. Absolutely it is. That's just normal business. Now, you're a small company here and you're trying to develop yourself. It's a smart thing to do. A smart thing to go and catch a few companies where you can use them as a trophy to entice other companies and develop trust from other bigger companies that you can support them. I found one very big difference here. Now, you'll have a lot of people talk about guanxi, relationships, doing deals, having good connections. Now, to me, I see a very simple picture on this. Now, I want to take you through what I see as the journey with a supplier in China. I've in the past put my little summary or story on LinkedIn, but I think I'm going to start today. I'll make the first of a series of short videos to give you an idea of what I see in China as the journey with a supplier in China. What's the process? How does it work? How long does it take? How long should you take? And to put it in a simple perspective for a lot of other Westerners to understand, I found it's very easy to describe it like a marriage. And you don't get married in a hurry. Well, most people don't anyway. Some people do and then have big trouble. Now, most marriages take time if you really want them to work. And they take a lot of work to make them keep working. No marriages, real marriages that last a long time, they're not successful unless both parties are prepared to make some sacrifices and work at it. Now, for me, when you're first getting out here and you're first looking for a new supplier, and we're doing it all the time, finding new suppliers and growing our business and expanding our, I suppose, the reach of our supplier base here. Building in backup suppliers, building in some security, I suppose, for our business. Second sourcing. Now, we've had a few suppliers that go through the whole journey of the marriage right through to divorce, which I want to use this time to explain to you how this all works. How a supplier relationship here can be seen like a marriage. In the beginning, you're in your own country maybe, and you're searching online. You go to a few maybe trade shows here, or a trade show in your country where Chinese companies are coming trying to market themselves. You're searching and you find something interesting. You find something that catches your eye. What do? Just like you go into a bar and you see someone that catches your eye. You start talking to them. You start asking them about their life, about their question, their where they came from, what have they been doing, what do they want to do, what's their dream, what do they like doing on weekends. Now, if you're trying to develop a good supplier relationship, you need to know who the boss is. You need to know where he's come from. So you need to start asking all these questions to get familiar with that business. Where did it come from? Where was his humble beginning? And give him some respect for that. And look deeper into the business in terms of the sort of people that he hires. How long have the people been there? Are the people there, is there a big staff turnover? Do the people there seem happy? What other companies is he dealing with? How long has he been dealing with other companies? Has the business really been connected with these other big companies he advertises for a long time? This is the courting phase. We're not into dating them yet. We're courting them. Meaning we want to maybe we might consider marriage in the future, but we're just courting at this stage. We're checking them out at the bar. We're having that chat at the bar. Not sure we'll see them again next week, but we're thinking about it. So you're getting some prices, giving some drawings, give them some drawings of products you want made that are not really IP sensitive, and before you can trust them, get to know them. See what their quotes are like. See what information comes back. Get a feel for the communication process. Now you've got to the point you're thinking, maybe this could be worth exploring further. Next, we're going to consider, we might start dating. Now I'm going to follow this up with another video because this is going to take too long. It might bore some of you. You may not have time to go through all this, and I haven't got a lot of time to do a 2-hour video. So we're almost starting a relationship with this new supplier. We're courting, we're checking them out, we're thinking about it. I'll check you in the next video. And we'll talk about dating. What's dating a supplier like in China? I'll see you next one.